Thank you for joining us today for another segment of Mind Your Business. My name is Gabriel Castillo, your host for this show, brought to you by IBC Bank. I work with IBC Bank as Senior Marketing Director, and I'm very pleased to be a part of this program, which brings you all the information on business in Laredo and beyond. And today we have a very special guest who's going to tell us a little bit more about what's going on in Laredo and how they can help you promote your business locally and probably beyond as well. Please welcome Norma Rodriguez. Norma, thank you for being here with us. Norma, I understand you're the director of the Small Business Development Center here in Laredo, right?
Yes, I'm the director for the Texas A&M International Small Business Development Center. We are there at the Killam Library, and we basically help people live their dreams, Gabriel.
Yes, I know, and I know you've been there for a while. You're very young, but you've been there for a while. You're a very seasoned person in the business world, and I think that's wonderful because we met in a different environment.
Yes.
But I think that was a great start for you to get to know people and business people. I think you learned a lot. You were WBCA, and now you evolved into this business. So tell us a little bit about the services that you offer if I'm a small business citizen trying to get started or trying to move my business forward.
Right. Well, going back to what you just mentioned, you were a small business owner when I met you, Pueblo Flowers.
That's right.
And so you definitely know what the struggles are for small business owners. So at the Texas A&M International University, or TAMI USBDC, we assist individuals who are interested in starting a business or expanding a business. So anyone who aspires to become an entrepreneur, has an idea, has a dream, or is lost or just needs support, we are there to serve them. We do three things. We help with business advising. So when you arrive to our office with an appointment, of course, we assign you to one of our terrific SBDC advisors who are all certified. And the process begins. So it depends on what your needs are. So if you want to start a business, we pretty much take you through the A through Z, from legal structure to licensing and permits, to hiring your first employee, registering your business, explaining the legal structures, all those fun things that we get super nervous about. And so that is the first process.
And you know, it's so funny you should mention that, because a very important factor that I think we see it at the bank is when our businesses are trying to get started and they don't know all the legalities of the ordinances, the city permits and all of those requirements. How do you participate in that part? Because I know that's very important to starting a business, especially restaurants and businesses like that. How do you help them with that? Do you have that information?
We definitely do. As I said, a client comes into our center, and we explain to them who we are, why they're there, how we're going to help them. And the first thing we start with is, what is your experience in this industry? So for example, a food truck. Let's use a food truck, which has become extremely popular here in Laredo, coffee shops as well. So they come in, and the first thing we mention to them is, well, these are the legalities, right? This is the legal structure, so how do you want to register your business? And it also depends on budget. As you know, business owners are on strict budgets. Some don't have anything to start with, and some have some savings, or they're interested in getting a business loan. But we walk them through the licensing and permits. So for example, a food truck, the first thing we ask them to do is check in with the city health department, so that they can understand what their requirements are. And it's usually a long list of requirements, but if you don't meet them, you can't be compliant. So we help you with that compliance, and we help you understand, and even fill out applications, Gabriel. Our business advisors are just so caring with our business owners, and anyone that walks into that center. We develop that trust that's super important to have between in a relationship, right? Because we do build that relationship, and it's not just that first visit. We see them for long-term, for life.
And I imagine, speaking of long-term, once you start your business, once you get it going, I know that they need support.
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit something, because this is now more in my arena. How do you help them? And I know we're going to talk a little bit more to someone in that realm, but how do you help them once they've started with their marketing. I know it's always such a challenge for people, and I see that happening where they don't know where to go and what to do, where to spend their money wisely. Do you get into that?
We definitely do. Well, first of all, you have to have a budget for it. So when we start working with them, we teach them how to create what's called a cash flow, which is part of a business plan. So that definitely is something we haven't touched on. So not everybody wants to have a business plan, especially our entrepreneurs in Laredo.
Yeah.
We are, and I love them. I love that spirit. They come in and they're ready. They know what they want to do, and
So just go for it.
they just go for it.
Yeah, I was there once.
Yes.
I went for it.
So we slow them down a little bit, and we show them the beginnings of a business plan, but a cash flow statement is super important. So first of all, do you have a budget for marketing?
Yeah.
So most of the time they say no. Now, luckily, right, we live in this new culture, this new world that before my time, social media, digital media is such a great resource, and it can be used for free, right?
Yeah, efficiently. Yeah.
Efficiently, but we do offer webinars. We partner with Google.
Oh, good.
We partner with many local, actually small business owners that are subject matter experts who are experts in marketing. So we encourage them to attend our classes.
And that's wonderful because, that's one of the things that I noticed back in the day when I saw downtown. I love downtown Laredo. And so I always was a proponent for people opening up businesses in downtown.
Right.
And a lot of them are snacks and little places, little stores with the little knickknacks. But I realized that these are mom and pop shops, which I support wholeheartedly.
Right.
We'll talk a little bit more about Small Business Week later. But, that's one of my biggest push is for small business people. Before you get on Amazon, find out if it's available in Laredo from a mom and pop store.
Right.
You want to make sure to buy it here first. And along the way, I found out they got started, they opened their doors, but they didn't have a marketing plan. So they didn't know who knew that they were there.
Right.
They didn't know how to publicize. And I was there too. I didn't publicize myself. I kind of learned through the School of Hard Knocks how to get the word out.
Right.
But I think that was very important. And then the other thing that I noticed, and you helped me with this when I was at the Center for the Arts, was the bookkeeping part.
Oh, goodness, yes.
The hardest part of all is to keep up with money. So we're going to be talking a little bit more about that because
Right.
on our next, after our break, because I think that's very important. And I'm going to explain why and what happened during COVID because of lack of proper bookkeeping. But when we get back, we're going to be talking more to Norma Rodriguez and learning so much more about how to start a business, how to keep your business, and how to make it successful. We'll be right back.
Today, we're teaching the children to save.
IBC Bank teaches children to save. At IBC Bank, we believe financial education starts early. That's why we're bringing fun, interactive learning straight to the classroom. From hands-on workbooks to exciting prizes, our financial literacy sessions teach students how to make smart money moves they'll carry for life. Want your school to be part of the fun? Contact IBC Bank today and schedule your free financial literacy class.
At Gray Digital Media, we craft engaging campaigns that grab attention and get results, extending your message across all platforms. Gray Digital Media, we know local. GDMSouthTexas.com.
Why pay a monthly fee? Free checking at IBC.
Welcome back. My name is Gabriel Castillo, and we're here with Norma Rodriguez from the TAMU SBDC Center in Laredo. And we're talking about business, how to keep it, how to maintain it, and how to make it successful through her work and through the services that they offer. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. We're learning a lot.
Thank you, Gabriel. It's a
And,
pleasure.
along the way, I was talking a little bit about the bookkeeping part, the
Yes.
accounting part of a business. When we experienced COVID back a few years ago, it seems like so long ago, but it was just behind us. We had a lot of businesses applying for the PPP loans.
Right.
When that happened, we found that people didn't have their paperwork in order. So, and there were a lot of mom and pop shops that needed the money. They needed to get that reimbursement, but they didn't have. And I that was a rude awakening for me to see that people needed that help. How do you help those people out, and what do you do? What do you all offer in that circle, that arena?
Sure. So part of the sessions that we do with our clients when they become our clients there at the center, right? We walk them through the whole gamut of it. So once they register the business, once they are open to the public, we introduce a accounting system of sorts. So at our center, we teach QuickBooks.
Oh, yeah.
So QuickBooks is a really, really great resource. It's a good software that's offered online. No more desktop. I think they phased it out. That was one of my favorites, though. But we do teach them how to use the QuickBooks, and we tell them how important it is to record all expenses, all their deposits, and to reconcile every month. Believe it or not, it actually is an easy process. It's just doing it daily, or at least weekly, right?
It's discipline.
Discipline,
Yeah,
that's right.
it is
And
discipline.
it takes practice.
Yes.
Luckily, we offer a QuickBooks course, which we'll host in June. So, so anyone that's interested in taking a QuickBooks course, we are hosting one. We just hosted one 2 months ago, and it was very well attended. And so we have, again, business owners that are using it and don't know what they're doing or want to improve on their skill set, and those that are basically beginning, that they're transferring Excel to an actual QuickBooks platform. And it's so easy, Gabriel. It's really user-friendly. And our advisor, Santiago Marina, who I passed the torch to, because I used to teach QuickBooks at the very beginning.
I remember you taught us.
As
at
an
Center,
advisor,
yeah.
yes. And so he does an excellent job. And the nice thing and the great thing is that we continue supporting you. So it's not just like you leave the class and you're on your own. We can actually help you decide which QuickBooks is best for you. If you want to include payroll on it, since you mentioned PPP, and we support you. We'll help you set it up. We'll teach you how to categorize your expenses. We'll teach you how to make your checks. We'll teach you how to reconcile. So we're there to support our small business owners.
And you know, one thing that was very important that I realized when we were talking about small business is the fact that you do need someone to hold your hand. I made a lot of mistakes. You know, back then when we knew each other, when you got married, when we did your wedding, I made a lot of mistakes. And I tell students now, I teach financial literacy, everything from pre-K to senior citizens. We teach financial literacy. And the thing I tell everyone, including senior citizens, is take an accounting class.
Yes.
I don't care if you're going to open a flower shop, a hair salon, be a plumber, be a welder. Learn some accounting because you're going to need it.
Yes.
No matter what you're doing. I mean, to this day, I really have to focus. And then the art of negotiation is so important. And I think that's what businesses also have to learn, is the art of negotiating with their vendors, what they have to do to get a good deal
Absolutely.
out of everything. So I think that that's what you're going to be offering. Now, you did mention a course coming up. Where do people go to find out more information about their services, how to be a part of your team?
Right. So we have a website through the university. It's tamu.sbdc.edu. They can visit our website, and there's so much information on there, a lot of resources. Obviously, it's not complicated. We put basic, practical information. If they click on the tab that says events, they can find all the upcoming webinars and workshops that we'll be hosting this month, and of course, for the rest of the year. Or they can just call us at the university. Our number is 956-326-2827. And a friendly voice will always be there to answer and to help you and answer your questions.
Now, the million-dollar question is there a fee for all of these classes?
Actually, the QuickBooks class, there is a fee. It's very minimal. It's just to recover material costs.
Of course.
It's only $125.
It's worth every
And they don't
penny, I'm
have
sure,
to travel anywhere. They don't have to pay for hotel,
No.
meals, all those fun things, right? So our course is only 4 hours long, but I promise you, you will walk out knowing some bookkeeping. Not an accountant, but you will learn terminology, like you said. What is an asset? What is a credit? What is a debit? What are liabilities? A business owner has to know this language. They have to know the jargon. If not, they're going to be lost. And so build the knowledge, upscale your skills, and we're there to support you. You'd be surprised how many people feel the same way, and it's a great community. So we offer community, and so we have networking resources, and you just have to get out there and attend these courses so that you can meet others that are like-minded and are going through the same situation that you are. It's great to find a community.
It is. And you know, in Laredo, I see a lot of businesses trying and struggling, and there's people making cakes, cooking, doing their
Right.
own little catering or doing bows and things. I know that there's a permit required for all of this.
Absolutely.
And do you have that information for people that are watching us that are starting that little business where they're just doing something small out of their home?
We do. We get a lot of folks that are doing hobbies.
Yeah.
And they're doing such great. I mean, they're selling. They're selling, and they're getting a little antsy about, certain organizations, right? Entities that will come and knock on their door and find out what they're doing. So we do encourage to be compliant. And
Yeah.
yes, we'll walk you through the whole thing. Our advising services are at no cost, Gabriel.
Yeah.
Most of our webinars, if not all of them, are at no cost also. Everything is basically at no cost. It's your tax dollars
Yes.
working.
Okay. Yes.
Working
And I
for
wish-
our community.
I wish you had been around 40 years ago when I started my business, because it would have been so helpful. It would have saved me so much money and penalties, because I had to
Right.
pay a lot of penalties for
Oh, no.
stuff that I didn't submit on time.
No, and things aren't getting easier, right, with so many of those regulation changes. So
Yes.
we have to make sure we're compliant, and don't be afraid.
No.
Just call us. You can, we have wonderful people that work there that understand what you're going through. We deal with it every single day, and we're there to help our small businesses succeed and just feel supported.
Yeah, and as a former small business owner and as someone who sees a lot of friends who do their own thing and do it,
Right.
like I said, from home. I think in Laredo, we're all hardworking people.
Yes.
Everyone wants to do something, and if you're at home and you're a housewife and you think you want to help out with a family, you start doing something. And my mother was one of those.
Right.
She did stuff from home, and that's how the flower shop started. But, she didn't know the rules at the beginning, and that was part of the problem.
Right.
She thought, well, I'm only doing 3 or 4 a month. Well, no. It's still weddings. You still have
Right.
you're still charging, and you have
still
to
have to
report
charge.
taxes. You have to report everything. So
Yes.
that's a part that I think I want all of our viewers to know, that there is help for them.
Yes.
Especially big or small, right? As far
Big
as
or
that's
small,
concerned.
we don't we welcome everybody, even though we say small business, but there's businesses that have hundreds of employees. We actually have a staffing agency that's been one of our clients for years, and they have over 300 employees, and we can assist with all those things. In addition to bookkeeping, we also help you certify yourself for government contracting,
correct.
to diversify yourself, to have this larger
right.
portfolio of income sources.
And do you offer things in Spanish?
We do.
Oh, good.
We actually do.
That's very important.
So again, please visit the website. We
That's
encourage
good.
them to visit the website,
We will.
or just call us.
Yes. Well, on that note, we're going to go ahead and talk to someone who does her business through SBDC, and we're going to talk about how successful she's been with her deal. We'll be right back.
At Gray Digital Media, we craft engaging campaigns that grab attention and get results, extending your message across all platforms. Gray Digital Media. We know local. GDMSouthTexas.com.
Why pay a monthly fee? Free checking at IBC.
Today, we're teaching the children to save.
IBC Bank teaches children to save. At IBC Bank, we believe financial education starts early. That's why we're bringing fun, interactive learning straight to the classroom. From hands-on workbooks to exciting prizes, our financial literacy sessions teach students how to make smart money moves they'll carry for life. Want your school to be part of the fun? Contact IBC Bank today and schedule your free financial literacy class.
Welcome back to another segment of Mind Your Business, the show that's brought to you by IBC Bank. I am your host, Gabriel Castillo, Corporate Marketing Director at IBC Bank. And today we're talking all things business, as usual. But the idea here is to share information for those of you that are thinking of starting a business, those of you that are maybe already kicked something out there and are trying to maintain it and make it successful. And one of those stories that we're going to be talking about right now or sharing with you is a story from a young lady named Naomi Mercado. Thank you. Welcome for the show. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you very much, Gabriel. And hello to all my fellow Laredoans. Buenas tardes a todos.
Well, I'm so glad that we have a business person to interview as well, because I understand that you got help from SBDC. But tell us to the beginning, what inspired you to start a business, and what is your business?
Okay, so we're Doña Blanca Foods, or Carne Seca Doña Blanca, as we call our name here in Laredo, Texas. We're a family-owned business, and we sell machacado. You know, we're on the border, right? This is the frontera, as we say. And my husband is actually, he was the dreamer for this project. He was born in Sabinas Hidalgo, Nuevo León, Mexico. His father passed away when he was 9, Gabriel. So 8 kids, and his uncle taught him how to make machacado when he was a little boy. And he said, one day, I'm gonna own my own business. Well, life has it, life happens. He moved to California at a young age, and then we moved back to Laredo, Texas. And our son gives us, he says, I want to get my degree in finances, and here's the bill. And we're like, oh, okay, I told my husband. Besides that, we're actually pastors. We pastor 2 churches. I'm a hospice chaplain here in the community. And so I said, okay, so how are we going to pay for our son's college?
Yes.
And he says, Doña Blanca Foods.
So you already had a name.
He had a dream back from California.
Okay.
He had already bought the equipment.
Oh, how nice.
So this
Who's
was a
Doña
dream.
Blanca?
Doña Blanca is his mother. Is the widow. She was widowed at 34, and she put all of her 8 kids through college. She had a little grocery store in Sabinas, which is an hour and a half from Laredo. And Sabinas is well known for their machaca.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Nuevo León, right? Everybody knows machaca. And so, long story short, we started back up the Carne Seca Doña Blanca. That was the initial name. And he wanted to honor his mother's legacy, so he named the company after his mother because of the entrepreneurship that she taught him at a young age.
How long ago was that?
2013, we registered the company. And 2014, kind of push and shove starting. And actually, 2013, we went to Small Business Development Center. And we heard about the program. We were just trying to gather all the information we could to be successful.
Yes.
And so they were definitely a great part in Doña Blanca Foods in our success. I say they were the trampoline that gave us the jump start.
So let's say give me an example of one of the first things that they helped you with. What did you, if you can remember that far back, I don't know.
Yeah.
You got a good memory?
How can I forget, right? The things that have the greatest adversity stay etched in your mind, all the struggle we had. Well, we were starting up and we needed a startup loan. We wanted to buy a commercial dehydrator, which cost thousands of dollars, And so we went to the Small Business Development Center. They said, well, where's your business plan? And we were like, well, like Norma was just saying a few minutes ago, what's that? So she helped us develop our business plan, taught us the QuickBooks, how to start with QuickBooks, helped us apply with IBC for a loan, our first loan.
How nice.
So we owe that to IBC as well, paid it off on time, make sure everything was taken care of, And so our company has grown and grown since then. So as a matter of fact, we've given our success story many times at the Small Business Development Center in the graduation. But one highlight, Gabriel, is that H-E-B grocery stores had once a year Texas Quest for Texas Best. Okay, they announce it on TV. Any small entrepreneur can submit their product. Well, 500
Gets
people.
to make a product.
Well, no, you submit the product that you currently have that you'd like to put on their shelves.
Okay.
So we submitted ours, of course, with the prayer. We're people of faith, right? 500 other people submitted their products, Gabriel.
And only one winner.
25.
Oh, 25. Okay.
25 go in the shelves,
Okay.
the products. So 500, 25. And so we were one of the 25. And we put Laredo on the map in 2016.
And that's when you won.
Texas
One of
Quest.
25.
Yes,
Texas
for
Quest.
Texas Best.
I'm gonna have to write that out because I make a good pico de gallo.
There you go. There you go.
No, I'm kidding.
Why not?
I'm kidding. I don't. But that's wonderful because that talk about taking it to the next level.
Yes.
So tell us now your history with HEB now.
Well, we started, we got into HEB, won that contest, became a Primo Pick, which is one of their exclusive line of products that goes through a whole judging system. I mean, it has to go through different types of judging. My husband he has such an excellent entrepreneurship of quality. That's he wants quality.
Yeah.
And he worked for Kraft General Foods for many years in the production line.
So he knows food.
He knows food production.
Yeah.
So he wanted Doña Blanca to have excellent quality, top grade, the best. If we're going to do this, we're going to do the best that is out there. And that's what we have done. We've given love to the company, love to the product, quality, and customer service. And today we are #1 on Amazon for machacado.
Okay, so now you're on Amazon too.
Oh, for years we've been on Amazon.
Oh, good.
But we've met that status of #1 in sales for machacado.
Well,
yeah,
I'm
which is
sure.
pretty neat. It's worldwide sold, right?
It's going to get bigger now because I'm going to be buying some.
Thank you. Also, we have lots of great recipes to share with the community, and we love Hispanic, a good Sunday machaca for the family.
And tell me, do you have a website?
Absolutely, it's DoñaBlancaFoods.com.
Okay.
Or you can just Google Doña Blanca Foods.
And it'll come out.
It'll say Walmart, it'll say HEB, it'll say our website, and you get all these different areas where you can purchase our product from also.
That's wonderful. So now back to SBDC. How are they helping you now? I know you're still friends. I know you're very close to the group. I think you all became very close along with the business, working together. So how are you still keeping in contact with SBDC?
Absolutely. They'll ask us sometimes to go in and give our story.
Yes.
And we, us Laredoans, I think we have something that we like to give back.
Of course.
Hearing from you, Gabriel, isn't it something? And I think we should. I mean, we're part of this community. I love being a Laredoan. And we're part of the community. I think it's so important for us to get the voice out there. Hey, you want to start your business, let's do it the right way. Get the help that you need so you don't make those mistakes, costly mistakes later on, Although we do learn from our mistakes.
Yes, we do. But that's the thing, too, is that I think SBDC is there to help us avoid the big ones and maybe have the small ones only to worry about. But along the way, I see that you've done a lot with your business, and of course, I hope it goes very far. It looks like it's going in high speed ahead.
It's taking time, but yes.
And in closing, I would just like to ask you, would you recommend that anyone go to SBDC in any business? I mean, tell our audience.
Absolutely. If you are an entrepreneur in Laredo and you're wanting to start a business, or you have a dream of or an idea, there's resources that you do not have that SBDC has. For example, say you want to start a beauty salon and you're unsure if it could be successful in Laredo at this time. Well, SBDC has the information in their systems where they can do a research study in what you're wanting, the business that you are wanting to start. They'll tell you this many opened this year, this many closed, or this many has filed bankruptcy. So
they're a one-stop shop.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful.
Totally agree, and I wish everyone the best. Y por qué no, Doña Blanca, our saying is, de nuestra casa a su mesa con amor, from our house to your table with love with Doña Blanca Foods.
That's wonderful. With that said, we're going to end our segment and hopefully have some carne seca to taste after this segment.
Absolutely.
But thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you again real soon.